The film is good. Let's start there. Like, let's run into what this film is good. So it's now a question as to how good the film is. Either it's good, pretty good, very good, extremely good, amazing, masterpiece, classic. But the first thing to go off is this is a good film. This is this is better in almost every sense than that bomber's trash 2014 Garth Edwards Godzilla film. And this is much better than that bomber's trash, useless, garbage Godzilla versus King Kong, where Godzilla was disrespected. So, because again, I went to go and see it with my amigo, and we've been talking for ages about it, about dissecting it. But after the first watch, this is a good film. And I can see why it had so many good reviews. See, I didn't want to go, because see, before I go and see a film, I don't try and look. If it's a film I really want to watch, I don't go into detail in the reviews because I want to go in there with a fresh mind, unbiased. So I just saw that, oh, it had good reviews, it's doing well, box office was okay, cool, let me now go in. But you see, when you're making a monster movie, and I think what was missing from the Godzilla film from 2014, and even King Kong and versus Godzilla, and even that trash 97 film is, it's got to feel like it's a monster. And when you watch this film, you see, the beauty about this film is two main things. You care about the human story, which you didn't care for in the other Godzilla film in 2014. And this Godzilla feels like a monster, feels like a nightmare, and he feels scary. Again, what wasn't in the 2014 film? Forget the 2014 film. Like, what I liked about this film was it's very self-contained. It is a film that has a beginning, middle, and end from point A to point B to point C, boom. And it just wraps around very well, and it's a nice, contained film. So my advice is, don't go into this film with preconceived notions as to what you expect from Godzilla. If you do, you can end up being disappointed. The best way to go into this film is how you should go into any film. Give me. I am not having preconceived notions. What's your story? Let me just accept whatever story you're giving me and let's ride through. And for me, because just even thinking about this, I'm like, look, the film is not perfect. Like, the acting isn't amazing. It wasn't an issue for me, but the acting really wasn't amazing. I only have one issue with the film. There's only one major issue I have with the film, but I can't because it's a spoiler. So the issue I have with the film is a spoiler, which I can't really go into. But apart from that issue, I think I can't think of any issues I had, because an issue that I think my friend had was like, he didn't think that the acting seemed a bit too simplistic. But my thing is this, is that I watch a lot of Japanese films because one of my best friends is Japanese. And it's simply a cultural thing, because whether it's Battle Royale, Water Boys, any of these Japanese films that he's shown me, that's just how they act. It's very emotional and it's very much out there. It's very similar to what you see from anime, where it's very, like they really put out their emotions and it's pretty much spelled out. And for me, I just have to tune my brain and just say, this is something culturally different. So just as when you're watching anime and say, oh, this is a bit over the top, but I just say, look, that's just how they do it. So you just have to just tune your mind to accept this is how they culturally interpret acting and performance for that culture. Not all cultures are the same. So, but the beauty about this film is you have the story of this pilot and this kamikaze pilot. I don't want to give too much away. Set just after World War II, and it's about this kamikaze pilot and just how he is somehow involved in this monster known as Godzilla, and how him and a bunch of other guys have to try and stop this monster. I do not want to give anything away. See, maybe I'll do it for a spoiler, but this is because for me, what I want to do for this video is I recommend you to go and watch this film. I will be shocked if you watch this film and you don't at the very least say it's a good film. You may not love it. You may not love this film. But I will be shocked if you go and watch this film and don't say at the very least, that's a good film. Okay, I had a few issues here. It's not that good. I thought I could have done more here. But at the very least, it is a well-made and a decent film. Personally, for me, I feel it's a pretty good film. It's a pretty good film because of what it's trying to convey, because the story works. The characters work. The character arc work, where when you just see the stakes rise, they all those things work. So from a thematic narrative point of view of beginning, middle, end, the end makes sense with the beginning. This is our theme, and the theme is put across very well, and it's put across very effectively well. It's beautiful. Again, there's an issue I had, but I cannot say what the issue is because it's a spoiler. But there is one big issue I had, which I felt could really hamper what the story was saying. Again, me and my friend disagreed with my issue, but I felt it was an issue. Focus for me, I'm like, nah. It didn't work. But again, for my spoiler review, I'll tell you what that issue is when I do the spoiler review. But guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Godzilla. You see, you have to understand what Godzilla is. Godzilla isn't that bomb ass big monkey. Was like King Kong. Guys, it's a bomb. Why? When watching this, bro, when you see Godzilla, you are genuinely frightened. How he looks, how he attacks, how he's represented, his freaking beam, the sound he makes, the music around him, the theme music, dun 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 dun, dun dun dun, dun dun dun, dun 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 dun, ch ch ju 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 ju. Bro, when that theme kicks in and you see Godzilla saying what's up, I was like, this is insane. This is insane. And what I liked about this was Godzilla is shown just enough. He's not shown too much. He's not shown too little. He's shown just right. And the amount of screen time he has, basically put it this way. Every second Godzilla is on screen, it's money. Every second Godzilla is on screen, it's money. It's cash. It's easy money. Easy money. So for me, bro, like, even watching now is like, bro, I've got to watch it in IMAX. I've got to watch it in IMAX now. Side note, there were a bunch of bombers, degenerates, filthy, stinking, brick-like, good-for-nothing, decrepit idiots making noise throughout the whole thing. And I said to myself, you know what? Last thing. As I said to my amigo, I am watching stuff in a cinema without cycles behind me. Like, I'm going to artsy cinemas or watching films by myself, because watching films with idiots is the worst thing. Either watch it with a good crowd who are ready to see the film, or watch it in an artsy cinema. But guys, Godzilla was money, bro. Godzilla. Again, I don't want to spoil things. When Godzilla starts doing his thing, bro. So for me, bro, like, there's no surprise why this is doing well. And one thing, because you think about all these blockbuster films, you think about The Flash, you think about Justice League, you think about all this trash. And I said that, bro, this is one of the best, like, big budget epic films I've seen in years. Because I said, wait, like, I can't remember the last time I saw like a big epic film that delivered so well, better than this. Where, well, right, yeah, this is what a summer movie should be like, where it has the wreckage, it has the big time battles, but there's a strong story. You care about the characters. You care what happens in the story. Because when you look at Godzilla vs. Kong, it's just fluff. It's all surface, no substance. This actually has substance. This is saying something. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but what it says about Japan at that time, the Japanese government, the Japanese people, the people in relation to the Japanese government, how the people were affected by the war, and how the war coincides with this story about Godzilla. There is so much it says. So you feel like, if this is more than just a freaking monster movie. So I'm like, bro, things, nah, man, I'm thinking, no, this film's alright. I'm gonna watch it again. Like, I plan to watch it in IMAX. I plan to watch this film in IMAX. Now, this film was money. So this film, it was money. No, it was money. Because I've seen so much trash. I've been disappointed by so many films. Now, this film was money. This film was money. So stay tuned for the spoiler review of this damn film. Godzilla!